Hello, this is Lady B, and this week I'm bringing you the third and final recipe from the calendar book of natural beauty for washing your hair with egg yolk. They have 3 in here. The first one was back in February for dry hair. The second one was in August for dull hair, and this one is for November for, they call it difficult hair, but really what they mean is that lifeless, flyaway, split ends, all that stuff that tends to happen during the cold months when you're dealing with cold air, dry air, wind, all those things that comes with winter. So after the last month I've had being sick on and off and various problems, I think my hair's ready for this shampoo. So I'm kind of excited to give this a try. I've had really great lucks with the previous 2 recipes, and I'm hoping this one turns out just as good. So the first thing you want is a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and a cup of warm water. Now I have here a 1.5 cups and a 1.5 teaspoons because I have a lot of hair, so a single recipe is not enough. And I'm going to put the vinegar into this water. Now it says warm water. From experience, I'm going to say if you're not sure if your water's the right temperature, if you've ever prepared a baby bottle and there's that, or a bath for a child, and there's that test you do where you run the water on the inside of your wrist to see if it's too hot or not, as long as it's warm on your wrist, you've got the right temperature. It's the same kind of thing. If it's too hot, it will cook the egg yolks. If it's too cold, it won't work as well. You get better results with the warm water. So just do your wrist test. Which is what I did for this. And I'm going to put my vinegar in here. And there's 2 differences between this and the one in February. And the vinegar is the first difference. Now, just like the other recipe, I have 3 egg yolks here. All 3 recipes. I will whisk this into my water. And you want to get as much of the egg whites off as you possibly can, because the egg whites will cook in warm water, but the egg yolks won't. Egg yolks have very special properties. They'll bond well with water, with oils, with just about anything. So as you whisk it in, the egg yolks will just grab a hold of those water molecules and bond with it. And there it is. That's it. That's all the preparation I have to do. So now I need to wash my hair in it. Now, normally I wash my hair in the shower pan, which is what I did with my last video. But it was really difficult to record and keep my camera safe there. So this time I'm doing it like this. So I have this really, really, really large bowl that I can use for my hair, and I need it. There's step 1 is pouring this over my hair and thoroughly saturating it all through my head and my scalp. Now, I've poured it over my hair, but it's not just enough to pour it. I need to thoroughly saturate my hair with it. So, I'm going to keep pouring it until it is completely soaked into my hair. And this will take a few minutes. There. All right, so now that I have it through all my hair, I'm going to do a little more on this side. There we go. You're going to take at least, well, they said several minutes, but I'm going to say at least 5. And you're going to really work it in with your fingers. Continue to work it into your hair, into your scalp, so on. And as you do that, keep pouring it over your head. Okay, this is the point when, just like in the February recipe, it says to wrap your hair in plastic. Now, usually I use those disposable plastic hair coverings they make for people who are getting things like perms. But the last batch I bought was utter crap, and they fall apart as soon as I touch them. The recipe actually says to use a plastic bag, which I thought was an interesting idea. So I'm going to try it this time, and we'll see how it works. I don't want to squeeze all of it out, but I do want to get the worst of it. I have here a grocery bag. Now, obviously, when you're dealing with plastic bags, you should be careful. You put them on your hair, not over your face. So, I'm going to put it on my head. Where do those loops go? There it is. And I'm going to actually see if I can tie the loops to make it secure. Because it's not like I need to keep it. It's going in the trash once I'm done. Ta-da! So, the idea of this is that it traps the heat in from your own skin and helps it soak in. So I want to leave this on for at least 5 minutes. So while that 5 minutes is going, I'm going to clean this mess up, and I'll see you in 5 minutes. Whew. It has been at least 5 minutes, if not more. And this really worked. My head is hot. So I'm going to pull it off. Gotta say, I just might use that from now on because I think that actually worked better than what I have been using. So it works. Go figure. Next step is 4/4 cup of warm water. Now I have more than that here. Again, I have to use a little more. And you're going to put it in your hair and you're going to kind of scrub. And it says it should lather. So let's see what happens. Oh, yes, I am getting bubbles. Not sure I'd call it a lather, but I am getting them. It says to do it vigorously. So let's be vigorous. All right. And then, once I have lathered vigorously, got something in my eye. it suggests continuing to do this more of the same with warm water, and they suggest a spray nozzle from a sink, which I don't have, so I now have to go to the shower. And I'm going to rinse this out, and then I'm going to follow it with, until it's completely clear, and then I'm going to follow it with a vinegar rinse. Now, this is a little different. Normally, a vinegar rinse is 1 to 2 tablespoons per cup of water. They say to only use 1 tablespoon to a quart of water with this one. So it won't be as strong as usual. So I'm going to go do that and dry my hair, and then I will see you in a few minutes. And we're done. Now, this time I air dried my hair instead of blow drying it, because I usually don't blow dry my hair. I usually air dry it while combing it. So this time I decided to stick with that. And so it's been a little bit, because it takes a few hours to do that. And I've, even once it was completely dry, I have actually brushed it. And here we are. So the question is, how does it work? Well, to answer that, I have to make a little confession. The reason there was a break in my videos for a couple of weeks is because I became really sick with 3 different things over a period of 4 to 5 weeks. Totally blew away my buffer completely. So the first thing I became sick with was some medicine my doctor had prescribed me. And it resulted in me breaking out in hives on my face and chest. And mostly, though, on my scalp. So I wasn't able to brush my hair until they went away completely. It left my scalp so sore that I couldn't brush my hair. So for 4 weeks, all I did with my hair was run a comb through it twice a day and put it up in a bun on top of my head to try and protect my hair. Well, after a month of this, it had left my hair dry and the ends brittle. So that's one of the reasons I was so excited to try this, because I thought this could maybe really help with that. So the answer is, it did. My hair's not as soft as it was when I did the mint julep shampoo, but it's not dry anymore. And the ends aren't brittle anymore. They're a little dry, but they're not brittle. So it definitely repaired the damage that was done to my hair for that month. I still have, like with any of the egg shampoos, the amount of body I have after washing my hair with it is borders on the ridiculous. It's just so full. I mean, just look at this. This is, the recipe, the egg wash recipe for dry hair that I did clear back in February probably gave me more body than this, but it definitely has body. Now, one of the things the recipe said, the reason for the vinegar in it was that it would help your hair absorb the nutrients from the egg. And I'm going to say, I think it really worked, because that vinegar didn't want to come out. The egg wash didn't want to come out. I'm not even convinced I got all of it out of my hair when I was rinsing it. I brushed my hair and it smelled faintly of scrambled eggs. That's my fault. I don't think I got it all out completely. And my hair feels like every single shaft has this coating, this protective coating on it. Now, my hair doesn't actually smell of egg. It just smelled like it when I was brushing it. And like I said, that's probably because I didn't get it all out completely. But my hair feels like there's this, like I said, a protective coating on it. It feels like there's something keeping it strong and taking care of it. So I would call this a success. Absolutely. If you have hair that has been damaged, I'll probably, the next time I wash my hair, I'll probably use the recipe from February since that's for dry hair. And I really need to hydrate it more. But this definitely made a difference on the ends and the parts that had dried out while I wasn't taking proper care of it for a month. So there you go. It works. It does work. So which recipe you use, of course, will depend on the time of the year and what you need to do for your hair. And I'm very happy with this. Very, very, very happy. So egg wash for, I think it called it difficult hair. Let me look this up. Yep, difficult hair from the Calendar Book of Natural Beauty. Give it a try. I'll put the recipe in the description along with links for the other two shampoos, egg wash shampoos. So you have a choice. And there you go. So I love you, whether new or old. If you liked this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Until then, whether trying out home recipes for health care and hair care or anything else, don't be afraid to suit yourself and make whatever you work on exclusively you. Lady B. See you then. Do I look silly? I have a bag on my head. And we're done. At least I'm done. Let's try that again.